ॐ श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री रमण गीता द्वादशोऽध्यायः। एकोनविंशे दिवसे भारद्वाजो महामनाः कपालीकृतिशुच्याय न पृच्छद्रमणं गुरुम्. On the 19th day of a certain month, Kapali Shastriya, belonging to the Bharadwaja lineage, eminent among the learned, questioned Guru Ramana in order to clear his doubts. Kapalyuvacha Vishayi Vishayo Vrittiritidam Bhagavam Strikam Jnaninam Pamaranam Cha Lokayatra Sudrusyate Adhakena Viseshena Jnani Pamaratodhikaha Imam me nadha sandeham Nivartayitumarhasi. Lord Ramana Bhagavan, the ignorant and the Jnani both experience the world of triads, that is, the seer, the seen, and the act of seeing. Is there any difference in the perception of the Jnani and the ignorant with regard to their experiences of this objective world? Kindly remove my doubt. Bhagavanuvacha Abhinne Vishayi Yasya Swarupan Manujarshabha Vyapara Vishayo Bhata Tasya Bhinnau Swarupataha. For the one whose subject, that is the I, is one with the self, the objective world and its cognitions also appear as the self and not different from it. Vibhinno Vishayi Yasya Swarupadadhimaninaha Vyapara Vishayo Bhata Tasya Bhinnau Swarupataha. For those whose subject, that is the I, is separate from the self, everything in the objective world appears as separate from himself. They experience the dual nature in the world. Bhedabhase vijanati jnanya bhedantu tatvikam bhedabhasavashangatva pamarastu vibhidyate. The wise, even though living in proximity in the world with the objective world, perceives unity in the variety, whereas the ignorant, caught up in duality, experiences the separation between himself and the self. They do not perceive the unifying factor of the self in the variety. Kapalyuvacha Nadha yasminnime bheda bhasante triputi maya Sakti madva swarupanta Dutaho Sakti Varjitam. Lord Ramana, the Sakti plays on the self or Shiva. Is this ground on which the Sakti plays powerful or insentient? Vatsa yasminni me bheda bhasante triputi mayaha sarvashaswarupanta dahurvedanta vedinaha. Here in this verse, Bhagavan addressed Kapali Shastriya as Vatsa or child. By addressing thus, Bhagavan shows his Vatsalya Swarupa. Bhagavan to Kapali Shastri, Vatsa or child, Even though the firm ground on which Shakti plays its play in the form of triads seem to be immovable or insentient, it is in fact a repository of power. This is quoted by those who are well versed in Vedanta. कपाल्युवाच ईश्वरस्य तु या शक्तिर्गीता वेदान्तवेदिभिः अस्ति वाचलनं तस्य माहोस्विन्नाधनास्ति वा. The self or Ishvara on which the Shakti plays and is referred to by Vedantins is that self or the ground static or dynamic. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Sakte Sanchalanadeva Lokanam Tata Sambhavaha Chalanasya Vastu Na samchalati karhichit. The world appears due to the play or sanchalana or movement of the Shakti. The ground or Shiva on which the Shakti dances or depends for its existence is, however, firm and stable. अचलस्य तु यच्छक्ते श्चलनं लोककारणं तामेवाचक्षते माया मनिर्वच्यां विपक्षितः. Continuing with his explanation, Bhagavan says, the Shakti which is dancing on the Achala or immovable and which is the cause of the existence of this world is referred to by the learned as the Anirvachaniya Maya or indescribable illusion. Chanchalatvam Vishayino Yadhardhamiva Bhasate Chalanam Manarasreshtha Swarupasya tu Vastutaha. The seer or the Jiva considers this movement to be the self, to be separate from the self. In reality, the movement and the self both are immovable. Ishvarasya cha saktescha bhedo drishti nimittakah midunam tvidamekam sya Hrishtikshedupasamhrita. Since the Jiva is away from his source or self, he developed dualistic vision of the world. Therefore, for such a Jiva, Shiva and Shakti are two different entities. However, when the Jiva's mind is merged in the self, the Drishti Bheda or the dualistic vision cease to exist, and he will then perceive the whole world not apart from the self, but the self itself. Kapal Yuvacha Vyapara Ishwarasyayam Drisya Brahmanda Koti Krit Nityaha Kimadhava Nityo Bhagavan Vaktrumarhati. The activity in the world is due to the power of self or God. Is this power of activity eternal? Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Nijaya Paraya Saktya Chalannapya Chalah Paraha Kevalam Muni Samvedham Rahasyamidam Uttamam Chalatvameva Vyaparo Vyaparasaktiruchyate Saktya Sarvamidam Drisyam Sasarja Paramah Puman. The secret known only to the sages is that the chalatvam on the achalatvam, that is the movement on the immovable self, is also immovable. The movement as perceived by the Jiva is termed as Shakti or power. Everything that is seen is created by the Supreme Person through his own power.